Professor Alan Dershowitz, hi, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
My pleasure to be on. Thank you.
First of all, Professor Dershowitz, how realistic is it, logic, as a very experienced attorney that you are, that the Prime Minister runs a country like Israel and at the same time testifies 3 times a week for months?
It's totally unrealistic, totally illogical, and this case proves beyond any doubt that the American approach is far superior to the Israeli approach. Under the American approach, if you're the president, you cannot be put on trial during the presidency. Being a president is a full-time job, and no prime minister should ever be put to the choice of, are you going to resolve the issues in Syria? Are you going to fight Hezbollah? Are you going to try to get the hostages back? And at the same time, have to defend yourself against cigars and champagne. It's the wrong approach. There's no reason why Netanyahu's trial could not be postponed until after he's out of office and an ordinary citizen. This case proves beyond any doubt why the American system works. And if anybody ever tries to change the American system, we will cite the situation in Israel as proof why the American system is far better than the Israeli system.
Champagne and cigarettes, you're saying. Does this imply you feel that Prime Minister Netanyahu is being prosecuted by the legal system?
I don't think that the case, as I've seen it, is strong enough to bring criminal charges. The criteria aren't clear. There should be rules, as there are in many countries, saying $1,000 of goods or items, not a penny more, but not a penny less. It shouldn't be left to the discretion of prosecutors and judges to determine how much is too much. There are too many matters of degree in this case, and matters of degree should never be the basis for criminal charges. The line should be crystal clear, and it's not.
Seeing Prime Minister Netanyahu on the dock in court as a defendant is causing Israel damage, especially in these times?
I don't think he's causing them damage. I think the damage is being caused by the system. He should be allowed to be the prime minister 24/7. He should be allowed to make the hard decisions about whether Israel should go into the Golan Heights, whether they should be bombing the chemical factories, what attitude should be made toward return of the hostages. That's a full-time job. It's not his fault. It's the fault of the system that he's being detracted from that. Now, I know he said he can do both. The point is, can he do it as well? And my view is that he should be allowed to be the prime minister as long as he is the elected prime minister of Israel without any interference by the system. That doesn't put him above the law. That just changes the law so as to recognize the reality that a prime minister's job is a full-time job.
On another very important issue, Professor Dershowitz, in your assumption or knowledge, how involved is President-elect Trump in the hostage negotiations? How significant is it for him?
We don't know for sure, but President Trump's election by itself has had a big impact on the Middle East. There's no doubt that President Trump's election increased the deterrence against Iran attacking Israel. Remember, Iran promised it would attack immediately, and then as soon as Trump was elected, somehow that was forgotten. Now, Trump has said that he wants the hostages returned by January 20th. Don't know whether that will be achieved, but it's a good thing. And so I'm glad from Israel's point of view that Trump is being very tough on the hostages. I hope it will have an impact. We all hope it will have an impact.
Can we assume Trump's inauguration will bring a deal faster?
We hope so. That the Trump believes in peace through strength. Hashem oz li amo yitain, Hashem yivarech et amo b'shalom is something that Trump believes in, that you get peace through strength, shalom through oz.
Let me take advantage of this conversation, Professor Dershowitz, and ask what, in your opinion, the relationship between Trump and Netanyahu will look like in the new administration.
I can tell you this, that just weeks after Trump was elected the first time, I was at the Mar-a-Lago for having dinner with a friend, and Trump walked in. He turned to me and he said, "You, I have to talk to." And I said, "Why?" He said, "You're a friend of Prime Minister Netanyahu." I said, "Yes." And he said, "I want to use you to send messages to your friend, the Prime Minister." And I did. and I continue to serve, hopefully, as a bridge between two people I know quite well. Now, obviously, Trump can talk directly to the prime minister who he knows. He can talk to prime minister's team who he knows, and many people on Trump's team are very close to Israel. Obviously, Mike Huckabee, obviously many others, and they all know Ron very well. They all know so many people. So it's a close connection that has been nurtured over many, many years, and I think it will serve both countries very well.
Well, I must ask, can you share with us some of those messages you transfer as a bridge?
Of course not. Of course not. I wouldn't be asked to deliver messages if I shared them with you. I don't even share them with my wife.
Were there positive messages, at least?
They're positive messages, but often they have questions. Sometimes issues that need indirection rather than direction. Look, I'm happy to help any president of the United States, whether they're liberal or conservative or Republican or Democrat. I'm a democratic American. I'm a Zionist. Everybody knows my views on Israel and on America, and I'm happy to help both countries in any way that's mutually beneficial.
Professor Alan Dershowitz, thank you so much for this interview, this conversation.